ever wonder how some of these scenes would actually play out? I mean, to be honest, this scene in the movie, and of course here in the trailer that you're about to see, had a little bit of humor to it. At least for me, like I thought it was funny. But just imagine, if you will, if it turned out to be something added onto it to make it just even more ridiculous. Like how easy it would be to make it a parody. So, for example, let's say we just incorporate a little music here, and then you get this. And I'm a creep. And I'm a creep. And I'm a creep. Or if we actually gave kind of a voice to the creature, which to be fair, she has a voice. Well, let's go ahead and change the voice a little bit, and then you have this.
Hey, you got some candy? I need some candy over here. What the hell was that? Stop it, woman. I want my candy. Damn.
Yeah, that changes quite a bit, man. So Scooby-Doo, would you even be scared of that?
Woo-wee.
See, just what I thought. If you can't even scare Scooby-Doo, like, with even an image, I mean, like, look at this image right here.
Riggs? Monster!
Dude, Scooby! Hey! The hell? We just saw this! Alright, well, anyway. Wow. Okay, on with the review. What's up, guys, and welcome to Tnashi's Movie Corner. So for today's review, I will be reviewing Lights Out, which came out recently, not last week or whatever. An hour, 21 minutes horror movie, directed by David F. Sandberg, starring Teresa Palmer, Gabriel Bateman, and Maria Bello, and was kind of pulled from this short that you can find on YouTube. I think it came out a couple years ago. I don't know. I haven't seen it yet. I need to see it just to, if for nothing else, to be able to compare the quality of that little short versus this movie. But anyway, so you have this little guy, a little boy named Martin, who starts experiencing these kind of traumatizing events at his house, involving his mother and a possible spirit. And so he tries to run off and with his sister, and of course they end up having to confront the spirit head on. And you see kind of what everything, and you know, first concept makes perfect sense, just getting it out of the way. I mean, obviously, you know, a lot of people are scared of the dark, or were scared of the dark as kids, so this gives kind of even more of an emphasis to that, and why the dark is scary. You have Maria Bello as Sophie, who is, you know, the kids, the main character's mother, as well as the boy. So you have her giving off a great performance, but as her character, you can see that she's kind of struggling with a sense of sanity or not. And so there's this aspect of it where they're not sure why the spirit, or if there's a spirit, and why it's being called forth, why is it showing up all of a sudden. But just the idea of the dark being scary is already scary, and when you add something like an evil spirit into it, it just makes it even more terrifying. And at the same time, to kind of go with that, I wasn't sure how they were going to play off that, because then you would think, well, just keep the lights on and you're good. But they do have a way of addressing that issue, so I thought that was definitely interesting. Again, all the acting was pretty well. Maria Bello's kind of the standout for me, but I think Gabrielle Bateman as Martin, the little brother, Teresa Palmer as Rebecca, she was fine. She had a little bit to go with, but and there was a few moments where I kind of questioned some of her speech choices. I was just like, I don't know that you would be saying that, but there's also Alexandre De Prisa. I probably said that wrong. Again, apologize, but I actually liked him as the boyfriend / love interest. I mean, I thought he actually had a bit of a role going for him. He had a bit of a character to him, which I enjoyed. So I thought that was all well and good. Anyway, moving on for the actual horror aspect of it. When it comes to horror, it's really hard, at least for me, to actually scare me. However, I think the use of the jump scares wasn't overdone. So I think that worked. Again, the concept is certainly terrifying. And the way that they were using the creature, this evil spirit, I liked that. How they played it out. The only thing that I never like when they do any of this is when they fully reveal what the evil spirit or creature or whatever looks like. But I think they shied away from that good enough. And this one, so I actually did care about the characters, and that was good. I think the characters were actually developed well enough to establish something with me. So I did care about what was happening to them. There was a little bit of a mystery to it, so I appreciate that. There was some tension-building moments, for sure. There was some kind of intriguing moments with it, and you had just the way everything played out. I like the conclusion of it, which I don't normally like for a lot of horror movies, so I think they did a good job then. As well, with that, I think the acting was okay for what they needed to do. There's some times where I was like, I'm not really sure I bought this. And there was a few moments where it was supposed to be, suspenseful and intense and very horror heavy. And there was a lot of people in the audience that I saw it with that laughed at certain things that happened. So you don't really want that in a horror movie when it's supposed to be the intense, serious moments. But I enjoyed this film. I thought it was really good, and I'm definitely going to have to take a look at that short. So giving this a rating 1 through 10, I'm going to go and give it a 7.5 out of 10. Again, I thought it was pretty good. It had its problems for sure, but I was surprised just how much I enjoyed it. I was looking forward to it, but at this point, I'm like, I don't know whether there's going to be that many good horror movies. I don't know how it's going to compare, especially with Conjuring 2, and there's just not that many good horror movies out there for me. So the fact that I enjoyed it this much was really cool. But anyway, guys, so that wraps that up. Hopefully you enjoyed this vid. Click that like button, share, subscribe to my channel, and watch my other vids. I do appreciate it. And until next time, peace.